Hey everyone, Richard here. Welcome to another episode of Unlocking Key Issues. Today we're going to be looking at this book right here, probably one of my all-time favorite Silver Age books. Showcase presents number 79, First Appearance of Dolphin. Cover, interior art, and story all done by J. Scott Pike. Kind of an underappreciated storyteller, mostly prominent in the Golden Age. During the Golden Age he worked for Atlas before it was Marvel. Doing things like westerns, mysteries, romance, thrillers, a little bit of horror, that kind of stuff. Then come the 60s, he left Marvel and went to DC, and he did almost exclusively love story related things. But this happens to be the only story that I know of anyway that is somewhat superhero related. Whether or not this is actually a superhero book is kind of up to debate. J. Scott Pike is kind of interesting because he was prominently a pinup artist. After the 60s, he ended up going and doing pinups for Playboy, of all things. Just really kind of an interesting artist. He came back to DC in the 90s for about 2 or 3 issues, and then he retired permanently, and he passed away about 2 years ago. But there's our splash page. I love the colors in this book, all a bunch of greens, and it's all very vibrant. Basically, there's some scuba divers diving in a ship that was sunk during World War II, and they come across something, and it sort of freaks them out, and they're taking pictures, and they try to get out of there. And then they show the pictures to their commanders, and they're like, there's no way you saw that, and they sort of swear that that actually happened. So they send down more people, 4 people to be exact, and it takes all 4 of them to overpower this woman right here, Dolphin. At the time of finding it, she can't speak, and they're not quite sure how she's even surviving down there. They bring her back up top and try to take care of her. He introduces her to ice cream, which is like one of the first things she actually says is ice cream. Kind of funny. And then she starts suffocating, and they realize that she needs to be in the water to survive. And, yeah. Nice little Superman ad. But just a really, really cool book. They decide they can use her to get inside of this ship because there's an area that most of them can't get to, and there's some elaborate problem where if anyone wearing metal goes near this ship, there'll be an explosion and blah, blah, blah. But it's kind of a convoluted love story between one of the divers and her, which is very J. Scott Pike, seeing as he does lots of love stories. Yeah. Here's where they're explaining this whole little convoluted story where only she can get in there because only she can go there without metal attached to her, and the ship ends up sort of collapsing, and she escapes and survives, and they're all super happy. As you can see. This guy is basically planning his whole life with her. I just find it kind of silly. He's known her for all of 3 pages, and he wants to take her home to see Mom. She basically tells him that's not happening. She lives in the ocean. There's some jokes about her being a fish. And he's like, no, you're a person. She's like, no, I kind of am a fish. But she takes off, and it just ends right there. Whether or not we'll see her ever again. There's a second story in this. It goes into Aqualad's origin, but I'm not going to get into that. Really a simple story, and like I said, it's kind of a convoluted love story. The only thing that really sort of points it into superhero area is the fact that it takes 4 men to subdue her, and that she basically has to live underwater. But still really, really cool. Really great art. And it has one of the best covers in the Silver Age, in my opinion. Sort of ahead of its time, I think. Really, really gorgeous stuff. But that's really all there is to this issue. Hope you guys enjoyed. Might go back to Marvel next week, or who knows, I might do something completely out of left field, go Valiant. Just, who knows. But hope you guys enjoyed, and take care.